Hey guys, Claudius here. We have been fighting Arena for a really long time by now, and there is no particular changes that Gumi introduced to us in terms of mechanisms or things like that. Every week they prohibit us from using certain skills. Sometimes you're not allowed to use magic combo, sometimes you're not allowed to use physical combo, or cannot use status attacks, or even cannot use recovery attacks. So here are my priorities of skills in the arena. And now let the countdown begin. Number 8. Oh, 2 survived. Oh my. We have AoE counter as number 8 on the list, and as you can see there, 2 surviving Ruby Kante can be devastating. Killed 2 of my units and almost killed the other 2, leaving just 1 Ayaka alone. And this AoE counter is put as number 8 because for arena we would want something that's active, and for a counter to activate it means that you'll have to get hit first. If you survive, you will deal a devastating damage, but if you don't, you are dead. That is why counter will be listed here due to its passiveness, although it is a really great skill to have. And we have Ruby Kante with a 45% to counter either a physical attack or magic attack with Lizaga or Viraga. It is a fire and ice magic with 1.8 times multiplier to all enemies. Since they are elemental, they can chain and deal even more damage than normal. And down below we have the earlier prototype, which is Dark Vina. Can counter a physical attack by 30% with Retaliate. Retaliate is a magic damage with 0.8 times multiplier to all enemies. It still hits all enemies, it is non-elemental magic, but it just deals 0.8 times, and too bad it procs out of a physical attack. Since Dark Vina is a mage and tend to be squishy, chances are she is gonna be dead before she can counter. And then we also have a tank. We have White Knight Noel here who can counter magic attack. 40% chance to counter magic is pretty high. And out of those 40% chance, 50% of those are AoE magic counter, so probably about 20% chance to counter with AoE attack. Kind of low, but it's there. And the other 50% is just gonna be a single target magic counter. And also we have an enhanced Demon Rain who can counter physical attack by 40% with physical damage 3 times. Demon Rain also has a Demon's Revenge, which will increase his counter rate by 2.5 times. This means that 100% of the attack aimed at Demon Rain will be countered back. So it's kind of an AoE counter, and he'll just counter physical attack, all of them, one by one, with a 3 times multiplier hit, which is gonna hurt really bad. Equip him with status ailment weapons. He's also gonna deal status ailments to the enemies. Number 7. Status ailment skills are positioned at number 7. When this first came out, it were the meta. People can simply equip Warrior of Light with Golem Staff and then do a Blitz to inflict Petrify on all enemies, and there's nothing we can do. Because there wasn't any unit with the ability to cure stop. And there wasn't much equipment that can annul Petrify as well. But nowadays, a lot of units have partial immunity to status ailments like confuse, petrify, sleep, things like that. We also have more equipments that can resist those. And also recently we just got the joyful ability, joyful spirit materia, which is the ability to resist against the 4 most devastating status ailments: sleep, confuse, paralyzed, petrified. However, this is still a good skills to be used in arena, especially on the lower rank battle, because like on the higher rank, people tend to equip them with ribbon and equipments that will annul status ailments. We have Chaos Grenade here with physical damage of 1.8 to all enemies. We can get this from Riku's pouch. It can inflict 1 random status ailments, 30% others, 100% petrify to all enemies. And there's also an ability to decrease attack, defense, magic, and spirit by 30% for 3 turns to all enemies. And all of these in one skill. Pretty great ability, this one here. You know, like there's a damage cap of 999 in arena. So if you're able to break the enemy's attack, defense, magic, and spirit by 30%, it means that there's a chance that you'll be able to survive longer, because like the enemy will hit you less and you'll be able to hit more to the enemy. There's also a Toxic Rain, a free materia from the Octopus Teacher's Vortex Trial. It will deal water and wind magic damage by 1.8 times multiplier that will ignore spirit by 25% to all enemies, as well as inflict 3 random status ailments by 100% to all enemies. This cannot be dual casted. And there's a curse card from Zetzer, which will deal physical damage by 1.8 times to all enemies, inflict 2 random status ailments, others by 30%, petrify by 100% to all enemies. You would want to petrify the enemies for instant win, and if you dual cast this, if you dual wield this, Setzer will be able to have more chances for the petrify to proc. Of course, there's Razzmatazz and Venomous Edge that can inflict sleep, petrify by 30%, and poison and paralyze by 30%. Basically, if they proc, you're gonna be really happy, guys. Just put them on your damage dealer. Number 6. On the 6th place, we have an AoE multiple hit combo attack. This is basically any skills that can hit the enemies multiple times in one turn. In Arena, there is a damage cap of 999 per hit, so no matter how strong multiplier a skill is, in the Arena it will only deal 999 HP damage. But when the hit is split into 2 times or 3 times or 4 times, multiple times, each of those hits can hit of up to 999 HP damage. And here, Veritas of the Dark, he has dual slash, physical damage combo of 2 times, and each time it will deal 1.6 times modifier, a total of 3.2 times modifier to all enemies. So dual wielded, he will be able to attack the enemies 4 times. And Chandona down below here, she has similar skill to Veritas of the Dark, physical damage combo 2 times and 1.8 times multiplier each, 3.6 times multiplier total to all enemies. In addition, she can also use Combo Contestant, which is the ability to use battle skill twice in one turn. I don't have Chandona yet, so I have not tried this yet, but it looks like she can hit in the arena for a total of 8 times with the Combo Contestant skills. Yes guys, this is a really awesome skills for sure. If I'm right, that is. And the reason why this awesome skill is still at number 6 is because of a lot of 100% physical evasion units around in the arena. all of your physical attacks will miss them due to their 100% physical evasion rate. But for any enemies other than those pesky Noctis evaders, this is definitely a good skill to have. Number 5. We have the AoE MP Drain skill as the number 5. This is Ram's skill through her use of her exclusive equipment, Siphon Delta. This will deal a magic damage with 0.3 times multiplier, very small damage, but remember that in the arena there's a cap of 999, so you don't really need to deal a lot of damage. And this skill can drain MP with 10% of the damage. And of course, what it means is that unless you have a really high spirit to reduce the magic damage here, you'll be left with 0 MP or close to 0 MP, and thus rendering your units useless. Your units will not be able to cast any abilities, use any magics. All they can do are just guard or use physical attack. I'm sure most of you agree this is the most annoying attack you'll ever face in Arena. Number 4. This is crazy. Wow, this is very tight, but let me do Zantetsuken for instant kill. It works! Haha! At number 4, we have an AoE instant death skill. My personal favorite. And yeah, it is a skill that is able to instantly KO the enemies. And Zetzer has Joker's Death, which has a 30% chance to instantly KO all enemies. In the arena right now, Gumi prohibits us from using skills such as this that can instantly KO all enemies at turn 1. So all we can do is just use Zetzer's slot skill, his Ether ability, that will grant him a 25% chance to proc this Joker's Death skill. And then we also have Vanille's Limit Burst. At the base level, her Limit Burst can instantly KO enemies at a rate of 75% chance. And at max level, she has an 89% chance to instantly KO all enemies. And finally, we have Zantetsuken. It can deal a really high physical damage, 200 times to all enemies, as well as have a 50% chance to instantly KO all enemies. So yeah, this is actually a really awesome skill, if not for the limitation of not being able to use it immediately. You have to either use slot, which gives you a random chance, or use Limit Burst, in which you have to collect the Limit Burst crystal, or use Zantetsuken, in which you have to collect the Esper Orbs first. And also currently there are only 2 items that can resist death. So some units can resist fatal damage, so therefore I put AoE instant death as number 4, even though it is my personal favorite. Number 3. AoE Elemental Magic Chain gets the 3rd spot. As you can see earlier, the couple Babrisha and Shantato, they were able to obliterate the enemy with a single tornado chain of 23 hit. So in this game, you are able to ramp up damage by using chain, and you are able to do so you're able to ramp up the damage faster by using an elemental chain, whether it is magic or physical. With elemental chain, by the 10th chain, you are able to gather 300% additional damage. So in the example earlier, both Shantoto and Barbricia, they dealt 300% additional damage by the 10th chain onwards. And we have here William with Quake. Quake is an 8-hit magic, Tornadoes and 12-hit magic. Both of the skills can be dual casted. In this game, most of the higher rank enemies, they have 100% physical evasion and unit like Noctis and so on. But right now, there is no way for them to create a 100% magic evasion unit, although they can create 100% unit, 100% elemental resistance unit, but I seldom see them. Therefore, AoE elemental magic chain is a number 3 skill. Number 2. At the second spot, we have Heaven's Fury. It is a skill with a magic damage of 2.3 times multiplier with Ignore Spirit of 25% to all enemies. At the same time, this skill will heal 1200 HP with a 3.4 times Spirit multiplier to all allies. Basically, this skill deserves the second place because of its ability to both heal and attack and chain at the same time. So 2 ashes will be able to heal a good amount of HP, and when an ash chains with another ash using Heaven's Fury, they deal quite a good amount of damage. As you can see in the video, they deal almost at about 50% HP damage to the enemies. You cannot guarantee that you can always move first, so in the case that you move after your opponent, you will definitely sustain damage. And this is the time where you need to heal your HP, and with Heaven's Fury you are able to heal and damage the enemy at the same turn. So you won't waste a single turn just to simply heal your units, and this is why this skill is so amazing here. And finally, on the first spot is Stop is definitely the best skill that you need to have in the arena, because like right now, no units can resist stop except for Ayaka, and there are no units that can cure stop except Ayakas as well. However, if you are able to inflict stop to the enemies in the arena, as you can see earlier, even an Ayaka is not that bright enough to cure the stop for her own party. So yeah, if you're able to inflict stop, you're basically gonna win the game, win the arena battle, unless they inflict stop back to you. And we have here Noctis, Blizzard Flash. He is the first unit with stop and damage at the same time. So Ice Hybrid damage 4 times to all enemies and inflict stop with a 30% chance for 3 turns to all enemies. Really good. It can elemental chain if you have 2 Noctis there. And we have the budget version of unit that can inflict stop, which is Amelia. Ricochet is a physical damage of 1.8 times to all enemies, and it can also inflict stop with a 30% chance for 3 turns to all enemies. What's so nice about Amelia is that she has an innate dual wield. She can dual wield gun, so you do not need dual wield materia to put on your stop unit. And recently we got Frozen Hurricane, which is an ability we got from the Ice Glacier trial. It is an ice magic damage with 2 times multiplier with Ignore Spirit of 25% to all enemies. It also has a 50% chance to inflict stop for 3 turns to all enemies. And on the plus side, Frozen Hurricane can chain with Tornado, so you can have a 23 hit chain there. Yeah. Even in a pinch, even if you're the only unit left, if you can stop all of the enemies, you are gonna be able to win the game. Even if the enemy have 100 physical rate evasion, once they are stopped, they can no longer evade. So this is the best skill we can have right now for Arena. And so here are the top 8 arena skills. First we have an AoE stop. This is the ultimate skill you can have in arena. It cannot be evaded, and as you can see earlier, this skill can easily turn over a battle. With just 2 units, you can completely win against a 5 full health party enemy. And really awesome skill there. You can, yeah, it's just so awesome. And then we have Heaven's Fury on the 2nd position. With Heaven's Fury, you can both heal and attack at the same time, and it's a chaining skill too, because like you'll definitely sustain HP damage sooner or later, and you'll need to heal, and this skill will save you a turn to damage the enemy while healing. And we have an AoE elemental chain. Even like a pair of Barbricia and the weak Chantoto, a 5-star, can completely eliminate an entire team with tornado chaining. And at number 4 we have instant KO, AoE. No, even like 100% physical unit cannot evade instant KO skill. So if you can proc them, you can kill them, you have a chance to kill them. This skill has saved me quite a lot of times from a pinch while I'm fighting in the arena. And then next we have an AoE MP Drain skill from Ram. Basically, you will render any opposing units useless if you're able to absorb your enemy's MP. With 0 MP, they cannot do anything except to do physical attack or defend. And then the multiple hit combo is also very nice. You know, like a dual wielded Dark Veritas can use dual slash and hit up to 4 times. With a maximum damage of 999, they can hit close to 4k damage. And you know, Chendona can dual cast the multiple hit there, with dual cast the battle skill, and can hit up to 8 times, which is about 8000 damage to the enemy. You know, like not many units will have 8000 HP damage, so even one Chendona, if the enemy are not 100%, if the enemy doesn't have 100% evasion rate, that enemy can surely die right away. For Status Aemon, although it is not as good as last time, if the enemy doesn't have any immunity to status ailments and you can petrify them, you'll have an instant win. So it is still good to have there. Really nice. And for AoE counter, it is a passive skill. You need to get hit first before you can counter the enemy. But if you can survive the onslaught for the enemy, you can definitely deal devastating damage as well. So thank you for watching, guys. I hope you have an idea on what skills you should be bringing, considering that Gumi have different prohibitions, different skills limitation every week. And yeah, let me know what are the skills that you are using that I don't have listed here in the comments below. Bye bye.